Hey, it's the Master Blaster encased in alabaster, and today we're going to take a look at Newage's frequency. It's probably supposed to say frequency, right? You know, based on the frequency of radios, but obviously the person putting this together, English is not their first language, and so we'll give them a pass. But yeah, it's frequency. You might be wondering, why is he here? You also might be wondering, why is he here? Well, they got invites because I wanted to do a bit of a comparison with Newage, which I consider Masterpiece Legends, and just standard Legends. And this is a Mech Fans Toys blaster, but based off of Newage's, Magic Sword Engineering. And of course, we have a Twincast from the main line. There are actually some similarities, deco aside, in terms of transformation. And if you're curious to know which one does it like best, because this is a masterpiece scale, even at this small, because this is masterpiece style, even at this small scale, he certainly does it the best in terms of like everything, right? And so I don't think it's really a fair comparison. And so middle of the road is going to be this guy. He does a lot of things right, and I like a lot of things about him. And this one really is kind of the no frills version, the economy class. And nothing wrong with economy class, but you know, no frills. And so we're going to take a look at this guy. You know what? Let me move these cats out of the way really quick so that we can focus on him and so my camera doesn't go on the fritz. Okay, one sec. So, okay, I have him out of package, but really quick, I wanted to show you something. This Newage character, this toy is the first one where I've encountered some QC issues, and you kind of notice the face looks like there's heavy paint, and that's because they want to get the yellow right on top of the blue, and I can respect them going over multiple coats, but some of the paint is a little thick, and it required, and it like made the tolerances like extra tight in some areas. And on my first transformation, I mean, you can't really see it here in his bot mode. And by the way, the tolerances, joints, everything is great. But some areas are just extra tight. And in my first transformation, this bit just broke straight off. And oops. And this is a part that's basically used to cover like an empty cavity in the cassette player mode. And so you can't see it now. And so in bot mode, he looks great. But once you put him in cassette mode, there's going to be this glaring section over here. And really unfortunate. And some of these bits too, like I don't know. It's just way tighter than I'm used to in a Newage figure. And I've transformed this already a couple of times. And so that's a bit looser. But the first time I got it, yeah, it was really tight. And there's a little bit of paint scrapage on the toes as well. So I'm not saying that it's heavy on the paint. I mean, you can kind of see on the face, it's like the details are a little bit stunted. They're a little bit blurred, you know what I mean? So I think overall it's a fine character, but yeah, the first one that kind of failed QC in my eyes. He also comes with two little cassettes. They are incredible, by the way. In terms of the way they transform, it's just so ingenious. And they just look like little cubes more than they do cassettes, but they fit nicely inside his chest. We can just pop that open, pop that in, and then close that up. And then yeah, completely fine. And same thing for the other one as well. There is a space for the third one, and so I imagine that was supposed to be the rhinoceros or the other cassette dude. But I guess they are paired with additional releases because this only comes with two. And in terms of accessories, he has the little blasters for the little guy, and he comes with these little trumpet hand replacements. And same thing with these additional vanity hands. He has a pointy hand, an open palm hand, and his blaster. But I do want to show you the comparisons between the other guys, and so let me start moving this stuff out of the way. Oh, and before I forget, this video review is brought to you by tfsafari.com. Check them out for all of your Transformers needs and utilize my two codes that you see over here on the corner of the screen and save yourself some change. They got third party, fourth party, sometimes first party, upgrade kits, all that stuff, tfsafari.com. Check them out, okay? And so this is not really going to be an apples to apples comparison, but we are comparing fruit, so to speak. Masterpiece, mainline, Legends. Yes, they are Legend scale. This is kind of Legends Plus, but this is really one of those situations where you get exactly what you pay for. In terms of like burliness and kind of like bulk, both him and him are very similar in terms of just being very wide. But in reality, if you look at the line art and you watch the cartoon, Blaster is really more like this. He's kind of slender and he has a tall build about him, where these guys, they look more like Soundwave cosplaying as Blaster. You know what I mean? In terms of like the thickness and the width that they have. But everything completely fine. Great quality to both of them. In terms of this dude, this stuff doesn't really like it goes up and down, but it doesn't activate like this bit. Actually, does this activate this? Or, oh yeah, that's how it comes down. Yeah. But this, they're just kind of like loose piano keys or piano teeth or whatever you call them. Also, in terms of the back, like it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good over here too. Same thing for him, but he cleans up the nicest, as you can see. And the back is really going to get kind of like it's going to be exposed, so to speak, when you put him in alt mode. But you can't see too much of it right now. Yeah, just in terms of like how it is, like I would say, I don't know, for legends, I like them like this. If I'm comparing little dudes, I don't like them to be too complicated. But if you're looking for a legends masterpiece, it's definitely going to be this guy. Like they all have similar like articulation, but I will say like something like this is going to rely largely like on ball joints and stuff like that, and which is fine. But yeah, he has a mix of well, actually, you know what? I don't think he has any ball joints at all. They're all just going to be on like swivels and pivots, and everything feels very, very good. Everything feels supreme quality, and so that's why I'm kind of shocked that that bit just kind of broke off on me. Yeah, I'm still really shocked about that. Yeah. In terms of this guy, yes, you do have some hollow bits, and you do see some hollow bits over here as well, but that's kind of like mainline, you know what I mean? And you don't get that on him, dude. Just look at him. He is so solid. And even this guy, to some extent, he's pretty good. Not too bad. But then he gets away with it because he's not hiding anything later. Watch, you'll see, dude. He ain't hiding nothing, buddy. He'll look like one of those cosplayers like origamiing themselves, trying to do like an alt mode. Props to them. But this guy cleans up pretty nice, in my opinion, for a mainline toy. And again, has some similar features as him, as we'll go through in the transformation. But yeah, you're gonna see that he just has some hollow bits, just because yeah, that's just kind of what it is. But yeah, in terms of like bot mode, again, I think they're all pretty good. But he probably does this the best in terms of you press that and it's kind of like spring loaded. And he does the same, but like I showed you earlier, it's not really spring loaded. It just kind of like pushes this down. And over time, this might be a superior method about doing it, because I don't know, if something goes awry with your spring, then you're kind of screwed over here. You know what I mean? But let me show you their transformations. Actually, the only transformation that I think I'm going to focus on is this guy's, but we'll transform them off camera, and then we'll compare them later on. But for now, we'll just kind of focus on Homie's transformation. But before we do that, maybe we'll look at the tapes, because we're going to forget about them, or I'm going to forget about them. So give me just a second. We'll take a look at the tapes, then we'll transform this dude, and then check out the alt modes, okay? All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I never remember the tapes names. I know one of them is like eject and rewind, but I don't know who's who. And so it's so ingenious the way they do this. So I believe they just have the feet pivot out, and this whole thing is just gonna unfold, and then you can see it's a robot there. It's like, yay. And then yeah, and then you're just gonna bring that down, and then you're gonna spin. Super easy, right? And now it just looks like he's kind of crying. If you were to spin his head around, he would just look like But then we just bring the arms down, and these are on balls and pivots, or pins, excuse me. And there we go, dude. He's adorable, dude. And the fact that he has little weapons and stuff. But yeah. Pretty neat. And so far out. Like, incredible what these guys like Newage can do with their engineering, right? And so let's look at Steeljaw. Yeah. This one, you know what? I may need a spudger for this, because the tail, I don't know how to pull that tail out, but we're going to bring the wings down, which I think are really cool that they added the accessories in there. And I think War for Cybertron was probably the first line that integrated a lot of these things, like Laserbeak and stuff. Oh, can I get the tail out? Yeah, no, I can't get the tail out, dude. There's nowhere for me to get a hold on that, but it's all right. We're going to get this, then we're going to flip that up, then we're going to bring the lion face out. Cool, huh? Really cool, kind of like Voltron, Cat's Lair design over there, and that's done well. And then we're just going to bring the legs out. Like, what I like about this is that they capture kind of like the lion looks long. Previous iterations of Steeljaw, he just looks like a puppy, and he looks kind of like squat. but they've captured the length of the line like really well, and the transformation is super intuitive. And as I say that, I'm having difficulty folding out. This leg, dude, you can see on my finger over here where I try to super glue the part that broke off from Twincast, and it just wasn't having it. Man, oh, I got it. Whoa, I'm the champion. So you just rock this up, then have the lion legs come forward, and the legs just kind of do that. You can arch the back a little bit, but that's it, dude. And yeah, you can play with the pose a little bit more. I think they did a phenomenal job with this guy. Really, really impressed with what they're able to achieve at such a scale. Doesn't feel flimsy or anything. Everything, again, new age quality. No, everything's great. Everything's great. And for such a little guy, I think he looks awesome. Looks incredible. Just tail's really kind of like hard to get. Okay, so now we've kind of given these guys their shine. Let me go back to Twincast and we'll transform them, okay? By the way, there's a couple of extraneous features about this. Like this thing over here in bot mode, I believe it's supposed to be down. I don't like that. I actually think it looks better like this. Or whichever mode it is. Like basically, I think this part is, I think it's just unnecessary. Another part is this. In bot mode, you're actually supposed to have this extended. And there is a little tab that, well, let me spread them eagle. It's weird fishing this section out. I can't even do it because I cut my nails today. Okay, I got it. You fish that out, and then this just kind of like sits outside, and it makes it a little bit like more flush with the back. And see, I can't even get it properly here. Yeah, well, I did earlier, but I can't get it right. Anyway, I think it's totally unnecessary. I really think it is. I'm not really sure why they did that. This just not moving on its own is completely fine, and it looks great. And so I don't know why they included that. So anyway, the arms are going to be kind of similar to what is it, the main line. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just flip the fists in, and once you flip them in, there's a little tab that will allow you to secure to that panel. And so that's cool, man. Again, I love New Age's engineering, and anytime I'm having a bad day, it's kind of like, you know, when you like turn on a favorite song or album or something like that and you feel good, dude, that's New Age transformations for me. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, these guys were thinking of the consumers. They really went all out, and they thought about the user experience, and like they were thinking of me. And it puts me in a good vibe. But this one, unfortunately, like I mentioned several times already, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. And so this bit you have to separate from the body. And I might be doing a couple of things out of order, but that's fine. And all of the bits are inside this leg. So you have to open this bit up, but I'm having difficulty obviously right now. Dude, what's wrong? One second. Got it. It was just stuck. And so we'll pull it out like that. This is really cool. This is one of my favorite parts, and unfortunately, this is where that piece broke off. And I'm just going to show you right now. You can see that it unfolds once, and it's this nice little like cube over here. Then you unfold it again, and there's supposed to be a gray part that unfolds that I can show you from this side. Unfold, and it's this thing. Granted, it is on kind of like a thin bit, but it's not like that thin. And I handled New Age's blaster completely fine. Several transformations, never had any issues with it. So it just leads me to believe that, I don't know, this was just a bad batch, a bad copy. And then you got to flip these bits in, but like I cut my nails, and so I'm having some difficulty. But yeah, you press that back. And same thing for this side as well. You press that back. And then you keep this all out. And then you're going to bring this down, and then you will fold up the toe. Okay, you can bring that down. Oops, sorry, my fat hand was just in the way. And then we'll fold that back up. This bit over here also has to spin, and yeah, I cut my nails today, so I just can't get them in there. But that's cool, man. The little details, and that's what I'm talking about when I say like masterpiece, you know what I mean? And so we'll flip that up. So that's pretty cool. Then we'll get that to hide in there. Oops, almost forgot the head. So even this bit, and this bit, everything is just so tight on this. And I don't know if it's paint or the cut of plastic. I really don't know, but it's everything on this is just really, really tight. And yeah, like all of that, everything is just extremely tight. And so this, this is going to thread through over here, and that's going to cover this. And this is very similar to the Hasbro mainline one because it has some similar features. And so we're just going to bring that we're going to bring that over because this bit has to tab into the thigh. Oh, okay, the hip rather. And this will sit over here. And yeah, and that's going to be the piece that's missing on this side. And I can't even just prop it up. It'll just fall out. So yeah, really unfortunate. And we'll get that in there. And we'll tidy that up. And then we'll bring this all the way down. And you can see, wah, wah, wah. Bring everything down, and then bring this down. Everything's nice and tight. There you go. And this, I wish there was a better way to like, okay, cool. Look at that. Magnifique. Magnifique, right? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you can see that I tried to super glue it and absolutely just would not work. And very unfortunate. But let me transform the other guys, and so I can do the comparison with them. Okay, one sec. All right, here we have them in their alt modes. And a quick caveat, you know, I'm not like ragging on this one because this is Magic Square's 1.0. When you look at their sound wave, they came correct because they really kind of upped their game and really started doing mini Masterpiece Legends as a competitor to Newage. But this was their early stuff, and this looked more like, I don't know, just like Mech Fans Toys stuff. And so I think that's why Mech Fans Toys borrowed this and basically turned it into their own version because of the similar styles and designs as their Mechanic Studios. This over here is the mainline, obviously. And for what it's worth, man, decent. Okay, I got to fix some of this stuff up. But yeah, you can see some gaps over here, but it's not like this where like the arms and hands are just like hanging out and stuff, you know? So for what it's worth, and this is a little bit loosey-goosey. For what it's worth, I think this does a pretty decent job for being a regularly available, you know, like mass-produced toy. I think he is mass-produced, right? And here we have Newage, and like I said, yeah, this is mini Masterpiece. Just clean, well, maybe not over here, but clean pretty much all around anywhere you look at it, from the back, from the top. Structurally, the materials feel really, really good. Paint looks very solid. Transformation is fun. And overall, like, you can't go wrong. If you're usually you can't go wrong if you're looking for mini masterpieces at this particular scale. But I think all of these have merit, and really at the end of the day, I think it's up to you, the consumer, what you're looking for. For me, if I wanted just a desk toy, something to show off to my friends or coworkers and just to have and play with, this is right on my alley. I like this flavor of engineering a lot for Legends. If you're the mainline collector, this is going to be a phenomenal piece, and you're going to be very, very happy with this. And like I said, if you're looking for mini masterpieces, look no further, friends, because this does it for you. This will do it for you, yeah? So I hope you have enjoyed the video. And like I said, if you're interested in picking this up, check out tfsafari.com. Utilize the code on the screen. Support me, support them. I support you, and it's a happy family. All right, bye.